Emotion is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Emotion changes with weather, with mood, with exhaustion, with the smallest inconvenience. Discipline doesn't care. Discipline shows up when feelings vanish. If you live by emotion, you live like a leaf in the wind, moved by every gust of circumstance. But if you live by discipline, you become the storm. Every person who has achieved anything worth remembering learned one truth early. Feelings lie. Emotion whispers that you're too tired, too busy, too hurt, too late. Emotion will give you every excuse to stop, to delay, to justify weakness. Discipline answers with silence and action. It doesn't argue, it executes. The world celebrates motivation, but motivation is cheap. Motivation is the spark that starts the engine. Discipline is the fuel that keeps it running long after the fire dies. If you depend on feeling good to act, you'll never build anything that lasts. Because some days, you will feel like it. You'll wake up drained, angry, uninspired, and discipline will be the only thing standing between you and collapse. Discipline means doing what needs to be done whether you want to or not. It's the bridge between intention and execution, between talking and achieving. Emotion says, I'll try. Discipline says, I will. Emotion changes by the hour. Discipline is a lifetime contract. Weak people worship emotion. They wait for motivation to appear like weather. Strong people master it. They don't deny emotion, they control it. They use it when it helps and ignore it when it hurts. That's real power. The ability to act independently of mood. Ask yourself, how many times have you let emotion dictate your decisions? How many workouts skipped because you were tired? How many goals delayed because you didn't feel ready? The emotion will always find a reason to protect your comfort. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. Discipline protects your potential, even when your mood betrays you. When you choose discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop waiting for the right mood to take action. You stop living like a slave to feeling. You become governed by purpose. Emotion makes excuses. Purpose makes progress. Discipline is the architect of consistency. Consistency is the foundation of success. Without it, your dreams remain ideas. The people who win are not the most emotional. They're the most consistent. They show up. They repeat. They build patterns until excellence becomes identity. Emotion will tell you to rest when you should rise. It will tell you to quit when results are slow. It will scream for relief when the work hurts. But discipline knows pain is temporary. Discipline knows fatigue fades, but pride remains. Discipline doesn't flinch. It doesn't negotiate. It just does. Every champion you admire has mastered this separation. They don't train because they feel motivated. They train because it's required. They don't push through pain because they enjoy it. They push because it's necessary. Their emotions scream, stop. Their discipline whispers, keep going. Emotion is the child inside you that wants comfort. Discipline is the adult that says no. The child feels, the adult acts. The world is full of people who never grew up emotionally. They chase feeling over progress. They quit when it hurts and call it self-care. Discipline understands care differently. It's doing what's necessary, not what's easy. To live by discipline is to live with structure. Structure builds peace. Emotion builds chaos. When your actions depend on feelings, your life becomes unpredictable. Some days you win. Most days you lose. But when your actions depend on systems, habits, routines, standards, you win regardless of mood. You don't need to eliminate emotion. You need to subordinate it. Emotion should serve discipline, not command it. Let passion drive intensity, not decisions. Feelings can add energy, but never direction. The mission decides direction. The strongest warriors wake up and execute the same way, rain or shine. Their emotions scream, stay in bed, and they rise anyway. They know emotion is temporary, but the cost of surrender lasts forever. Every time you obey emotion, you train weakness. Every time you obey discipline, you train strength. You cannot build confidence through comfort. You build it by keeping promises to yourself, especially when you don't feel like it. Each time you act against emotion, you prove you are in control. That self-trust becomes unbreakable. Confidence doesn't come from words. It comes from discipline repeated under pressure. Discipline also protects you from emotional sabotage, anger, fear, doubt. These are emotions that destroy focus. Without discipline, they control your reactions. With discipline, you control them. You learn to pause instead of explode, to analyze instead of panic. The soldier doesn't act from feeling. He acts from training. Most people lose the battle before it starts because they believe feelings are truth. They say, I feel unmotivated, so I must rest. No, you feel unmotivated because your brain is lazy. It's designed to conserve energy. Emotion is the brain's trick to protect comfort. Discipline is how you override that system. When emotion says not today, discipline answers every day. When emotion says this is too hard, discipline says, good, that's how I grow. When emotion says you deserve a break, discipline says earn it. That's the dialogue of champions. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's repetitive, quiet, uncelebrated. It's doing the right thing while no one watches. Emotion seeks applause. Discipline seeks results. Emotion wants recognition. Discipline wants victory. Every time you follow emotion, you reinforce weakness. Every time you follow discipline, you rewrite your identity. You transform from a reactor into a creator. Emotion reacts to circumstance. Discipline creates circumstance. Emotion obeys pain. Discipline commands it. You must understand that discipline is freedom. The more structure you have, the less chaos you experience. Emotion leads to chaos. Missed goals, broken promises, wasted potential. Discipline gives order, predictable progress, measurable growth, unshakable peace. The path of discipline is hard at first, but liberating later. The path of emotion is easy at first, but enslaving later. Choose your difficulty. You will suffer either way, the suffering of discipline or the suffering of regret. One pain strengthens you, the other destroys you. When you feel lost, return to the system. Wake up, move your body, do the work. Emotion will tell you to wait for motivation. Discipline tells you to act your way into it. Emotion demands comfort first. Discipline demands effort first. The order determines everything. Every day is a war between two versions of you. The emotional self that seeks comfort and the disciplined self that seeks greatness. The one you feed wins. Every small decision is a vote. Snooze or rise. Delay or execute. Quit or finish. Every vote builds a pattern, and patterns become destiny. You don't need to feel unstoppable. You need to be consistent. You don't need to be inspired. You need to be reliable. You don't need to feel strong. You need to act strong. Emotion fluctuates. Discipline compounds. Emotion will fade the moment things get hard. Discipline begins there. Discipline is the muscle that pulls you through fatigue, doubt, and frustration. It's not about intensity. It's about endurance. Anyone can work hard for a day. Only the disciplined work hard for decades. When you build your life on discipline, you can rely on yourself. That reliability is peace. You stop being the victim of moods and become the master of action. You stop chasing balance and create it through consistency. Discipline is the father of achievement, the mother of freedom, the language of winners. Emotion is noise. Discipline is signal. The more you listen to emotion, the weaker your control becomes. The more you listen to discipline, the quieter chaos gets. So when emotion rises, when anger, fear, laziness, or sadness try to take control, pause and remember, this is the test. This is where discipline wins or emotion wins. You decide. Get up when you're tired. Work when you're uninspired. Stay calm when you're angry. Persist when you're afraid. That's discipline over emotion. That's the formula for mastery. Feelings come and go. Discipline remains. Choose the path that doesn't depend on weather. Choose the path that builds strength regardless of circumstance. Because emotion will betray you. Discipline never will.